Why did Duryodhana trust his uncle's dice over the divine? When Draupadi stood in that court and asked for justice, the wise men went silent. The elders who knew Dharma looked away, and Duryodhana kept his faith in Shakuni, not in the voice of God. This is the story of the trust that destroyed an empire. To understand Duryodhana's choice, you must first understand the man he trusted. Shakuni was not born a villain. He was born a prince of Gandhara, until the Kuru king came seeking a bride. He wanted Gandhari, the fairest princess of the north, but the price he paid. The Kuru king humiliated her family. He imprisoned Shakuni's father and trapped his brothers in a cell, feeding them only a handful of rice each day. While they starved, the Kuru king's court feasted. When the cell was finally opened, only Shakuni walked out alive. His father had died of grief, his brothers had starved, and in that moment, Shakuni swore an oath that would echo through 100 years of history. He would destroy the Kuru dynasty, not with a sword, not with an army, but with the one thing they could not defend against: his mind. He chose his weapon carefully. Gandhari, the sister he loved, was married to the blind prince Dhritarashtra, and when she gave birth to a son, Duryodhana, Shakuni saw his opportunity. He would not raise the boy as a king. He would raise him as an instrument of vengeance. But here is the part nobody tells. Duryodhana was not stupid. He was not evil by nature. He was brilliant, loyal, and desperate for approval. And everywhere he turned, the great voices of the age told him he was wrong. Bhishma said no. Drona said no. Vidura said no. Even Krishna, the divine himself, offered a path of Dharma, a path that demanded surrender. And then there was Shakuni, the only one who never judged him, the only one who said what Duryodhana's starving heart needed to hear. I will make you king. I will win for you. You don't have to change. You don't have to bend. You are already enough. That is the trap. That is why Duryodhana trusted the dice over the divine, because Dharma asks you to become better. And Shakuni told him he was already perfect. The game of dice was not a game. It was a ritual of destruction. When Yudhishthira staked his kingdom, his brothers, and finally Draupadi herself, Shakuni did not roll loaded dice. He rolled destiny. And when Draupadi was dragged into that court, she asked the elders if Dharma was still alive. She looked at Bhishma, the grandfather who had sworn to protect her. Silence. She looked at Drona, her own son's teacher. Silence. Men who knew Dharma better than anyone on earth could not speak, because they were bound by oaths to the throne, and the throne had placed itself above Dharma. So there was this again. Then she asked the question that broke the universe. Does Dharma still exist? And the answer came not from a warrior, not from an elder, but from a voice that had been waiting. Krishna answered. But he answered only when Draupadi surrendered completely, not with pride, not with bargaining, but with pure devotion. Here is the twist. Duryodhana's trust was never rewarded. Shakuni was never his uncle. He was his destruction, wearing the face of love. Every time Duryodhana believed he was winning, he was losing. The dice he trusted tore down the very throne he wanted to rule. So, which do you trust? The voice that flatters you, or the voice that frees you. Duryodhana chose the voice that demanded nothing and lost everything. The wise choose the voice that asks them to grow, because the one who tells you what you want to hear is often the one who will take everything, and the one who asks you to become more, that is the voice of Dharma. That is the voice of Krishna.